Let's talk about Darya Nikolaevna Saltykova, or as she was known, Saltichikha, a name that made people shiver. She was a Russian noblewoman, but she became a real monster. Born in 1730, she married young to an officer named Gleb Saltykov. But then, tragedy. Gleb died, and Darya became a rich widow at only 26. She got everything, including a huge estate called Troitsko, near Moscow. Over 600 serfs, basically her servants, now belonged to her. Darya, who used to be religious, totally changed. Something dark started growing inside her. People say a bad breakup with an engineer, Nikolai Tuchev, was the start of it. He dumped her for another woman. Darya's heart froze over. She became furious, especially at young blonde women who she saw as competition. Saltykova's cruelty became infamous. She was like a hunter, and her serfs were the hunted. She was found guilty of killing 38, but people think the real number is way higher. Some say almost 140 people died because of her craziness. And her methods? Brutal. She beat serfs with logs, burned them with hot irons. Whippings were normal, and she liked hearing their screams. She enjoyed their pain. She ripped out hair, poured boiling water on skin. Even pregnant women weren't safe. She'd kick them, happy to see them suffer. She had helpers, other sick people who joined in her horrible games. They held the victims down and got rid of the bodies. There are even rumors of even worse things, of cannibalism happening at Troitsko. For years, Saltykova got away with it. Nobody dared to complain about her. She was rich and had friends in high places, so she was protected. Officials were paid off, and witnesses were threatened to keep quiet. But the rumors spread. People saw dead bodies being taken from her estate, proof of her cruelty. Finally, in 1762, two serfs, Sakhveli Martynov and Ermolay Ilyin, risked their lives. They had both lost their wives to Saltykova's madness. They went straight to Empress Catherine II. Catherine, wanting to look fair, started an investigation. Saltykova was arrested. The trial was huge news. For 6 years, the investigation slowly uncovered the truth. Witnesses, scared but brave, finally told their stories. The full horror of what Saltykova did came out. On October 2, 1768, she was sentenced to life in prison. But first, they made a public example of her. In Red Square, they chained her to a platform with a sign that said, "This woman has tortured and murdered." Everyone could see it. Her reign of terror was over. She was locked up in the Ivanovsky convent in Moscow. For 11 years, she was kept in the dark, all alone. Later, they moved her to a cell with a window, and she would make fun of people who came to stare at her. She died in 1801, her name forever linked to cruelty. Saltichikha, the monster hiding behind a fancy name, became a scary reminder of the evil that can hide inside us.